should be able to answer all your questions, and please try and do it with me. Okay, can't see sharing screen. Sorry.
Haru, please
Okay.
share screen.
Yeah. Can you see the screen now?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, when we come here to modify text, you replaced the starting of braces with colon, ending of braces with colon, okay. You changed it to lowercase, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You uh, replaced underscore with space, okay. Okay. Lowercase, okay. Okay. Uh, Fine. So let's save it here to another variable because this is not the final output that we need, right? We still need to work on it. So let me save it to another variable. I will take
Mm.
a save for later. I will write here modified text. Okay. Okay. And there is another thing that I think you are missing is to remove all the spaces, to remove any extra space. Okay. To do that, what we'll do is we will again use a find and replace. We go to text, we enter here two spaces. Okay. And we replace it with another text which has only one space. Now, let me tell you why I did so. See, if you come here in your Excel file, okay, we are replacing the underscores with spaces, right? So here, if you see, we have two underscores here, 1 and 2. So we will have two spaces here, right? And according to our task, we should remove any extra spaces. So nowhere we should have two spaces. We should have only one space at one time. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the reason I did this. Now to answer your question, we saved the modified text. Now I don't need another modified text. Okay, let me use here text left, text to left, right. Okay. When I have it here,
Okay.
I will use here my saved value for modified text. Okay, now in my Excel file, if you see the separator that I have for quote and author is a hyphen. So we give hyphen as the separator, and then we save the left text to quote
Code.
and the right text to author. Okay, now run it. Now we'll see what the output comes.
Mm.
Okay, open the Excel file.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, another thing that is wrong here is your
Okay.
open your
Sorry.
text file. Not text. Open your files sheet.
File sheet.
In file sheet. Yeah.
File name ยังผิดอยู่อะละ
File name.
ต้องเทียบกับ result อ่ะมันยังผิดอยู่
Okay. So see, the output here is wrong because what I need in the output is the date, the file name,
Uh-huh.
and then the extension. I need this as my output. Okay. So, okay. Now, first of all, just give me the access for some time. Okay. Okay. Anybody whose text is not done yet, anybody who needs help in text, is everybody's text part done? The third file. Have you all completed the quote and the author part? Please write a yes in the conversation who have done it and a no in the conversation who have not done it. Okay, wrong date your machine number. 21. Okay. Okay, you just started. Okay, you done with the file name? Are you getting the correct output for file name? Okay, sorry. This is the note. Yeah, open it. Okay, right. Yes, you are getting it right. Okay, fine. So you work on text. Meanwhile, I'll explain files to others. Do you have any questions in text? Which activity? Which activity? For which requirement? It's okay. You open it from here. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So let's see what do we have. You selected the correct range. Now we have to replace the braces with the colon. So let's come here. Let me put modify text. Okay, in the text I would give current row, input, add modification, find and replace. I have to search for all braces and I have to replace it with. Okay, then I add another modification. Again, wherever the braces close, I have to replace it with colon. Got it? Then the other modification that I have to add is I have to replace underscore with space. Okay, so this time we add underscore here and we add space here. Okay, so we are done with task 1. Task 2. Yeah, okay. So see, if you can with dynamic values, okay, okay. This, okay. We cannot use test when we use it in terms of any dynamic value. Dynamic value means when we have it in a for each. So if you want to test it, you drag another modify file, you give a text, okay, you add modification, you find and replace, okay, you open text, okay, we cannot use it inside the for each. Control X, I save it over here. Okay, and now, for example, I add Saru underscore Garg, okay, and I have to replace underscore with space. I test it and see it is working. Okay, so if you want to test anything, you add another modified text before your for each and then you delete it. Okay, now I replaced the underscore with the space. My part 1, part 2 is done. Then I have to do remove the extra spaces. Now, how do I remove the extra spaces? First, I trim it. Okay, then second, I add another find and replace. I search for text with two spaces and I replace it with a single space. Okay. Uh, okay, done. Then my fourth step is to put the quote in lowercase. Okay. Then I again add modification text to upper or lowercase and I select lowercase. Okay. Then the last part is separate the quote from the author. Now I save the result here to a variable named modified text. Okay. Then I drag another activity, which is text to left or right. I use it here for each is this view. I use it here in the full text. I give the modified text. Now here my separator is hyphen. So I give the separator as hyphen. I save the left text to quote and the right text to author. Okay, run, close the Excel files, run and check. Yeah. Okay. See here in the file, what we have to separate the quote and the author, right? And if you see here, the quote and the author is replaced by hyphen. We have this hyphen here, right? So we use this hyphen as a separator, and any text which is left to the hyphen is the quote, and the text which is right to the hyphen is the author. Okay, so we save the left text to the quote cell and the right text to the author cell. Got it? Okay. Now I'll close these Excel files and run it. Okay, let's check. Yeah, this one. Okay. Okay, so you are done. Then I was helping out Jira you, I think, right? Jira, have you done the file task or is it remaining?
Uh, what challenge?
The file challenge, file name.
File name. Okay, I complete it.
Completed?
Yes.
Okay. So anybody's whose challenge is not yet completed, if everybody is completed, please write a yes in the chat.
Hmm,
I want a yes from everybody, please.
สั่งมาเลย
Ashira, have you done it? Thanapuram, have you done it? Permsak, are you done? Okay. Thanapuram, what is your machine number? Okay. Okay. Let's run your code and then see what is not working. Where is the Excel file, Thanapuram? Can you open the Excel file? Okay, you are working with the desktop file. Okay, so your text is fine. Uh, okay, your this is wrong, and then your numbers is correct. Okay, let's check your file name. Okay, for each row you okay current row full file name and where to write. Okay, first thing wrong is this. You write it in file and full file name input. Okay, once you have this, then you what are you doing? Okay, then you pick up the full file name. No, here you need to pick up. Here you need to pick up just the file name. Okay, once you pick up the file name, then you search for file name underscore. Why are you searching for file name and you replace it with date? No. Okay, let me do it. Okay, let's remove this and let's take text left to right. Okay, if you see here in full text, I would give the Excel, the notebook, the file, and the file name. Okay, then let's open up the Excel and see what do we have to do. This is the file name. We have to separate the file name that we have done. Remove whatever comes after file name. So after file name, we have this separator underscore. So we add the separator here as underscore, save, and we want to use the left side, so we use the you save it for later use. We give it file name. Okay, and here use save for later value. We give it file name extra text, which we do not need now. Okay, then once we are done this, what we have to do is we have to um, okay, what we have to do is we have to write down the file name here with today's date at the beginning and the file name and the extension, right? So let's use a right cell. Okay, now where do we have to write? We have to write it in current row, final file name, and what to write. Okay, let's open up text. Okay, first of all, what we need to write is the date. So we go to notebook, we go to date sheet, and we select this format. Okay, with the underscore, and then we have to add the file name. So we have the file name here and then a dot and then the file extension. So for extension we again need to go to notebook, file sheet, and file extension. Save. Control S. We save the workflow, we close the Excel file, and we run it again. Okay, let's check. This was already right. Now your output comes right.
Okay, thank you.
Any question? Do you get what I did?
Okay, got it.
Okay. So anybody who needs any help now? Is everybody done with this task? Can we move forward? Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is the email automation. Okay, so now to use the email automation, we have one thing, we need the Outlook configured in our VMs. But now we do not have any IDs that we could configure the Outlook with. So for email automation, Let me show you how it works, and then you can practice it in your own machines later. Okay, here I have my Outlook. I am sending an email to myself, which is IW. Okay, I am sending an email to myself saying RPA test and hi, hope you are doing well, and send. Okay, I got the email here. Okay, so let's start with the email automation. So guys, for email automation, we have this specific use desktop Outlook app. We use it for our Outlook email configuration. So it does not need anything in terms of your account or whatever, because it accesses the Outlook that is already been signed in into your system. So that is why it is named as desktop Outlook app, because it accesses the Outlook that is already there on the machine. Okay, so let's open mail and see what activities do we have. Okay. Uh, okay, so let's try and delete the email that we have. So we drag and drop the delete email activity. We select the value. We go to Outlook. Okay. What we do is meanwhile, we also cover for each email. So we delete the complete emails that we have in the Outlook app. So we go to we so drag and drop the for each email activity. In the emails, we select Outlook. Okay, it is loading. Okay, now we go to Outlook. We select inbox. Okay, so now whatever emails I have in my inbox, I have to delete them. Okay, so I come here and in delete email, I select current email. And here we can check or uncheck the unread email and with attachments only feature. So if I check the unread email, it would only delete the emails that are unread. Okay, and yeah, so let me read one of the, okay, this email I've read, Outlook team, and I still have one unread email, which is the email that I just sent. So if I run the code, the bot should be able to delete the IW test student email and not the Outlook team email. Let me check the unread email checkbox, and I save it and I run it. Okay, the folder does not exist. Okay, let me see. it deleted the unread email and it did not delete the read email. Now this thing happened only because of my this particular check box. If I uncheck this, the unread email part, now it would delete uh, the read emails also. So if I check now, I do not have the other email too. Okay, so for any Outlook based or any email based activities, we already have activities and we use them to work through. Okay, now let's try. Okay, I have a use case that I want everybody to see and try and understand too. Okay, guys, am I clear till here? Do you want me to repeat something? Okay, so now this is one of the test case that I have. Here, what we have to do is we open the Outlook app. We check for the emails. For each email, in the we have a folder named months August, and we have to check if there are any emails which are sent by UiPath consultant. Okay, if yes, what do? Is we check if the email contains test. If the emails contains test, we delete that email. And if the email does not contains test, then we save the email attachments to a new folder. Okay, everybody got the use case? Okay, let's see how can we code it. How can we build the sequence for this thing? Okay, so our first step would be to take the use desktop Outlook app. We take we drag and drop the use desktop Outlook app. In that we go to we have to iterate through all the emails. So we take a for each email activity and we drag it. We check the unread email filter because we just have to check for new emails and not the old previous emails. Then we have a a if condition. Now, why do we have a if condition? Because if you see here, we have a condition which says we have to check whether the email subject contains test or it does not contains. So we to in order to check this, we have an if condition in which I have given the condition as current emails subject contains test. Now let me show you how did I build this expression. So I go to condition builder. In the source tab, I go to plus sign, I go to current email, and I select subject. Okay. Then in the drop down, I select contains because I just have to see that it should contain uh, the word test and nothing else. So I select contains, and then here in the text I give test. Okay, once I give it here, if it contains test, then I have to delete the email. So I drag and drop the delete email activity and I delete the current email. Whereas if I do not, if the subject line does not contains test, then what do? Is we drag the save email attachments activity. In the email, we give the current email. We do not have to filter the file and we save it to whatever path we have assigned it for. We go to the folder and we select the path. Okay, this is all that we have to do. So any doubts, anyone? No. If the email has no attachments, it would just move forward. And if it will have an attachment, it will save it. Okay. Anybody else? Any question? Anything that you want me to tell you specifically about? Okay. Let's try sending out an email. Okay. So let me open the project I was working on. For each email in inbox, delete email. Okay. Now what do I do? Okay. First of all, let me send an email to myself again. Okay. Now we'll try out some activities and we'll see how Outlook works. So for each email in inbox, I have to check if my email contains test. Okay, we will go with the same thing. Current email, subject, and it contains if it contains test. Okay, if it contains test, what I have to do is I will move the email, current email, I will move it to Outlook. Why don't I have an option to select it for always? Okay, I'll create a new folder. RPA. Okay, we come here, and if it belongs there, I have to move it to Outlook. Okay, sorry. I will move it to Outlook, and in Outlook I will move it to inbox folder RPA. Okay, so okay, once I move it, now what will I do? Once I move all these emails, I filter out all the emails that I have to move. I again drag drop for each email activity here. This time I select here the folder, the this thing for RPA, and I check for the unread emails, and let's try and reply to the email. Okay, we have to add two participants, new subject, text. Okay, uh, let's give the new the two recipient. Okay, we do not want anyone to be in CC. We give the new subject as RPA test results. Okay, and I send the text as I this is applying to you. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Do you guys get what I'm trying to do here? Okay. Let's try and run it. Okay. So first of all, see my uh, the email that I have to move from inbox to RPA, that has been moved. But let's see. Okay, I have the result saved in the draft, but it did not send it. Let's see why. So in the reply to email activity, okay, see, there is a checkbox saying save as draft, and this has been ticked. Since this has been ticked, the bot did not send the reply and it just saved it as a draft. So this time I'll uncheck it. I will go back to the Outlook. I will go to RPA. I will mark it as unread and I will move it to inbox. Okay. Let's run our code again and check what the bot does. Okay, now again it moved it to the RPA folder and let's check the sent items. Okay, we have the sent items here to iwteststudents@outlook.com and we got the email too. Anybody, any questions, anything you want me to repeat? Jira, are you okay with email automation?
Uh,
Do you want me to repeat something?
no, my VM, I don't sure my VM cannot connect Outlook, right?
Yeah, that is because you do not have Outlooks in your this thing. You do not have the email to log in into the Outlook.
Okay, thank.
Okay, so you can try it on your own desktops. That won't be a problem. I have told you how do we work around them. When I share you the um when I share with you the recordings for these sessions, I will make sure I share at least one or two Outlook email automation workflows also so that you can refer to them later on if and when you need. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this was about email automation. Okay. Let's move on to the next part. Okay. Now what we have is advanced Excel automation. In terms of Excel automation, you must have seen we have a variety of activities in built for the UiPath Studio. We have all these activities. We can insert sheet, column, rows, delete either of them. We can copy paste a range from one place to another. We can sort the range. We can filter the data. We can apply a VLOOKUP. We have a for each row that we have already used. Then we have to run any macros. Then what we have is to find the first and the last row. Then we can read any cell values. We can write anything in a particular cell. We can read the formula. And then we have for each Excel sheet. So for each Excel sheet is something that again we have already used. Okay. So now till I open up this task 7 robot path, I want all of you to have a look on the activities that we have for email and just read about them from here itself. From when you hover over them, you get this box. Just read about them, that what do they do exactly, and I'll put these files onto your system till then. Okay. Okay, everybody, were you able to see about what those activities are and what do they do? Okay. So let's go through this case, and then I would want all of you to repeat these steps manually once first, and then we will talk about how do we do it through automation. Okay. Uh, so everybody, just open this Excel robot path working with Excel. Go through this process. I am giving you 3 minutes, and then I'll ask you about what did you get from this robot path and what are the steps that we have to follow. Okay.
You don't copy PDF. Did PDF for me.
Okay. Let me check. What is your machine number?
Wait a minute. 25.
25.
I extract not PDF file in there.
Let me check. Okay. Okay, I think I pasted the
Oh,
wrong file.
not
Let
in
me,
exact file.
okay, let me just give me a second. You have this, right? This is working with Excel.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Uh, did you get what do we have to do? Okay, so everyone, let's move on step by step. Okay, so first you complete these two steps. You open the April expenses file. Did I share that with you? Yes. Okay, we have these two files here, the annual report and the April expenses. So you have to open the April expenses and you have to add a column. Okay, you have to add another column here before the expenses column. Okay, so you have to add a column here before the expenses column. Let's open up UiPath. Let's go to open this. Write down Excel task. Okay, so everybody drag and drop the use Excel and then the insert column activity and type a yes once you are done. You just have 2-3 minutes for this thing. This won't take a lot of time. Are you done?
You request create a new project and
Yes,
drag and drop
created.
file for use to Excel. This project folder.
Sorry, repeat.
What you want for us?
Okay, I want you to create a new project folder, a new project. And once you create a new project, you give a path for this Excel file. Which Excel file do you have to refer to? And then use the insert column activity to add the column according to the first two steps of the robot path.
Okay, I see.
Okay, everybody done? Okay, everyone, this time we have to use two different Excel files. So I want you to change the name here. So maybe in Excel you can use April Excel, and in the other one we can use the name annual Excel. And we have to add the column before before expenses. So this is here, and the column name, what should be the column name? Full name. Okay. So is everybody done till here?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move forward. Now, in this, what do we have to do? Okay. Now, for each row in Excel expense sheet, write the concatenation between first name and last name in the full name value. Okay. So now, as it says, for each Excel row, so we come here for each Excel row. In range, we give April expenses. Then what do we have to do is we have to write cell where we have to write it in current row. Okay, current row has headers. Let's see now. In current row, we have first name, last name, and this thing. Okay, first of all, what do we write? Let's give up text. In text, we have to add what? The current row first name and the current row last name. With the space. Okay. And then it comes to where to write. Okay, let's give it custom input, and in column name we have already given the column name as full name. Okay, save. Everybody done till here?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Please repeat. You select full name.
Okay.
Full name don't appear for me.
So you go here to the plus icon. you go to current row and you put custom input, because this full name column we are adding, right? So currently we do not have it. So we go to custom input and here we give the name full name.
Okay, thank you.
Here we click here, we add text. In add text, we write full name, save, save.
Thank you.
Everybody done till here?
Yes.
Okay, let's move forward then. Okay, now our next step is open annual report file and duplicate the template sheet and rename it with the value found in April expenses file. Okay, cell A2. Okay, let's do. First of all, what do we have to do is we have to open another file. So we again use Excel file. Okay, we drag it here. In Excel file, we refer to the annual report and here we rename it as annual Excel. Okay. Once we are here, what do we have to do is we have to duplicate the sheet. Let's see, do we have an activity for this thing? Yes, we have an activity called duplicate sheet. So we copy it here and then we give here annual report template. We have to duplicate the template sheet and rename it to what? We have to rename it to April Excel, indicate in Excel with the column, with the cell A2. A2 means here and then confirm. Everybody, are you getting me till here?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Please repeat rename to.
Sorry.
Please repeat step for rename to again.
This duplicate sheet or
Rename to.
okay, rename to here. The reference as. Below the Excel file, you have reference as, right? Here you change the name from Excel to annual Excel.
Okay. Okay. I'm done.
Okay. Everybody done till here?
พี่กั๊ก
Yeah.
In post
Yeah.
in post certificate sheet, rename to you choose close Excel before and then click paste.
Yeah. Here in the duplicate sheet,
Mhm.
which are you talking about? Sheet to
Rename
duplicate?
to
Or the
rename
rename
to
to? Okay.
yes.
Go to plus. We go to April Excel. We go to indicate in Excel. Here we select A2 and we confirm. Done, everyone?
I'm okay.
Okay. Are you done? Okay. 21. Could not open the specified workbook. Make sure there is no workbook within the same name already opened. Okay.
Okay. Close your Excel before. Mm-hmm. ไม่เป็นไรก็ลองปิดไปก่อนแล้วลองคลิกใหม่ ผมก็เจออันล่าง
No. Wait. You are doing it wrong. Okay. First of all, what you have done is you used this use Excel file outside another use Excel file. We have to use it inside it. Okay. Only then you will get both the Excels here. So now when you go to duplicate sheet, you go to plus, you get April Excel, you indicate in cell, and okay, why does your April Excel open annual report? Let me see. Okay, why did you name it as April Excel when you are opening the annual Excel? Okay, and over the top you have given it April Excel, right? Now here you have annual Excel. Here I should get April Excel. Yes, now you get it here. Now you go to indicate in Excel and you indicate this cell and you confirm. Okay. So do you guys get it now that why did we change the reference name? We changed the reference name so that we can identify which Excel are we referring to, because there are times when we have to refer to April Excel file and there are times when we have to refer to the annual Excel file. So this makes it easier for us to see that which Excel file are we referring to. Okay. Now moving ahead.
Gentlemen. Okay. Use second Excel in for loop or outside or inside for loop.
Yes. No, inside, not inside the for loop.
Not
See,
inside.
it
Okay.
is outside the for loop, but inside the use Excel file.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now when we come here, we have, okay, now let's see what is our next step. Our next step is to go for each row in Excel April sheet. Okay. And we look up to retrieve for current row employee name the expenses from the April expense file, April expense sheet, and save it to current row expenses. Okay. Now, what we have to do is, first of all, in this use Excel file, we will drag for each row, for each Excel row. Once we drag it, current row in range, we have to give the range as annual report and April. Okay, now we do not have April. We do not have April here because we are duplicating the sheet in the with the April name, right? So we again go to the plus icon, we go to annual Excel, we go to custom input and we select sheet. Once we select sheet, we give here name as April. Save. Save. Did you guys get this point or do you want me to repeat it?
Again, please.
Yes. Okay. So in this range, when we have to select the range, we go to the plus icon, we select annual Excel. Now, according to our PDD, according to the robot path that we have to iterate in the sheet Excel, in the sheet April, but we do not have the sheet April mentioned here. Now, why don't we have it mentioned here? Because just above this step, in the duplicate sheet step, we are creating that sheet. That is why we do not have it here. When we don't have it here, we select custom input. When we select custom input, this box opens up. We select the sheet radio button because we will pass the sheet name, and then here we add text, and in text we give the name April.
Okay,
Did
thank
you
you.
get it now? Everybody done till here? Or do you want me to repeat once again? Anybody who wants me to repeat it once again, please unmute yourself and tell. Okay, so I'm supposing everybody is done till here. Okay, now uh, let's see what is our next step. Now what we have to do is we have to VLOOKUP to retrieve for employee name. Okay, let's come here. Let's see what do we have for VLOOKUP. What do we have here? We have this VLOOKUP. So I drag it here and when I drag it here, okay, now the value that I have to look up for is the employee name, right? So this sheet does not exist. Okay. Now what happens is since we are iterating in a Excel file that we will create later on. So just to make our coding, just to make our creation of the XAML easier, what I will do is I will open my annual Excel file and once I open it, I will duplicate the template myself. Okay, I have to copy it here. I will do it, move to end. I delete this. And I rename it manually as April. Okay, I did this just to make our creation of workflow simpler. Once I create this, you will see uh, okay, I'm still unable to get it. Okay, So what we'll do is we do not need to do this. I will delete it. Delete. Okay. And then coming back here, since this is to be created later on, the current row part, we go to the current row. We again go to custom input. We select column name. Okay. Okay. Okay guys, I'm sorry. Just a second. We have to VLOOKUP to retrieve employee name, the expenses from April expenses and April expense sheet and save it to current row expense. Okay. Okay. So first of all, the value that we have to look up is the okay. Current row, custom input, column name, we go to text and we give it as employee name. Now, why did we give it as employee name? Because here, when we okay, here we have this cell named as employee with the name. So I would give it as employee only, not employee name. Custom input, column name would be employee. Okay. Okay. Then we give here in range as April expense and April expense sheet. Okay, then we give the column index. Now let me check in the April expense. We have to check it in the column index of 2. Okay, we give here number and we give here 2, save, and then we save it to current row, this and text and okay. 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 Okay, guys, I am sorry I did not get a track of time. It's already 12:40. So you can take your lunch break now and we will continue after an hour. So I'll see you at 1:40 p.m. and then we will continue this task. Okay? Okay, guys, thank you. See you after an hour.
What time again?
1:40.
1:40. Okay.
Yeah.